Hi, good morning everybody. BSP welcomes all of you in today's MSBI demo class. Today's demo class will be taken by Mr. Satyanayak. For better audio quality, people will be on mute during this demo class. Once we are done with demo class, you can come up with your queries and doubt as far as technical is concerned. However, if you have any questions in between, you can use chat window. Satya will be available to address those queries during this class also. So we are starting now. I am giving this class to Satya and he is going to start now. Thank you.
A technical demo about MSBI and the kind of course curriculum and what we are going to cover and why MSBI, what is the market position about MSBI, and how it is comparatively better than other BI tools. Before that, I want to introduce all of you to BISP. This is basically we are an IT training and consulting company. Basically, what we do, we provide online software training, live virtual online services, online job support with highly intellectual professional trainers and skilled resources, predominantly in data warehousing and BI area. And the best part of BISP is you can go through our free evaluation classes. We provide you evaluation classes as recorded sessions. You can go through the classes, you can see the faculty, you can see how much you are able to understand and whether this course is good for you or not. After going through everything, then you can decide, and then you can attend first 2 classes, and for free, then you can have a kind of decision whether you are going ahead or not. And then again, the best part of BISP is we are allowing our people to take the retaking classes. Like any student in between, if they leave the class within 6 months, they want to come back and go through those sessions and the recorded classes is always available in the BISP. So that's really good about BISP. And coming to our MSBI, I just I want everybody knowledge about business and intelligence. So I am just going to give a brief about why BI and what is the current scenario in the market about BI and why we use different BI tools, for what purpose we use them. So initially, let me to go through the a few basic slides about BI. I hope if you guys know about it, then it's well and fine. I'm just going through the basic kind of syntax what we use to define the business and intelligence. BI is about getting the right information to the right decision makers at the right time. It's all about how you are creating information out of a data at the right time for the right purpose. That's very, you can describe BI in a very simpler term. Then BI is basically an enterprise-wide platform that supports reporting, analysis, and decision making. It's basically a fact-based decision making. Fact-based means it's kind of your current figures, sales data, your revenue, your profit. It's all about a fact-based decision making with a single version of truth. It's going to tell you the real truth, what you have done in your past, what is going to happen in in future, and what is going right now in present. That's what we are going to analyze using BI. It's going to talk about past, present, and future. BI includes reporting analytics. That's reporting analytics. We can take it in a broader term in next slide as more like past, present, and future. Basically we want to answer few questions like what happened with our customer, what's happening with our product, why did it happen, what will happen, and what do I want to happen. So these are the few questions we need to answer in our daily business situations. There will be business scenarios where the company CEOs will try to ask to their managers what happened, what is happening, why did it happen, what will happen, what do I want to happen. All these questions comes with lot of kind of critical business decision makers. They want to answer these questions every day. because now the market is pretty competitive. Everybody want to know, which product is going to sell in the next future, what areas they have to improve, what's going to happen, all those questions. Basically, we're going to, get answers by using business intelligence and analytics. This is where, BI helps us to make a decision. This is where BI gives us a scenario, what happened in our past, what's happening right now, and so that we can better prepare for our future, so that we can know which product is going to penetrate in the market, or which customer is going to come to our door next time. All these questions, by using BI, we are going to answer. So there are a few common pain points for every managers, for every decision makers in the company. Every company, they have a lot of issues. The managers want to know few questions, they see in their companies data everywhere, but they never find any information. Suppose a customer is coming, he's creating an account in a bank, you are getting a customer data. You are getting his age, you are getting his location, you are getting his preference. But you don't know what you are going to do with that data, how we are going to use the data as information, how valuable that data can be. All these kind of questions, every business situation, it might be manufacturing company, might be a banking industry, might be a retail industry, it might be a pharmaceutical company. Every company goes through these kind of situations. They see data everywhere, they see their customers' details everywhere. But what they're going to do with those data? How they're going to predict something, this customer, what he's going to buy, or what is going to be loyalty, what is going to be buying behavior, how they are going to make a decision out of that. And that's BI helps us. And second thing is, different users have different needs. Like few users, they wanted to see things in Excel, few users wanted to see things in PDF format. Few business, they wanted to do a pull market. Few business people, they wanted to go through a push market. Few people, they want an on-demand business, and few people wanted their own kind of format in their own business. And the worry point in nowadays is previously it used to take too long time to know the things, to make a decision. But now we cannot right now have that kind of preferences. We want things to be fast now. We want decision to be made in within a couple of days rather than couple of months or couple of years, because market is too competitive. If you are not going to make a decision, then somebody else is going to make a decision. So it's all about timing now. We cannot be takes too long for making a decision. Then there are other IT issues like security and technical issues, which business managers, they don't understand about how to they know there are a lot of tools available, but they don't know the security and technical purpose of it. So they always need any simpler tool, any simpler use of the reporting tools or analysis tools, so that they can use it, they can find it which is helpful for them, and they can make a decision. Then coming to the BI market, I'm just going through the who are the major players in the BI market, and I'm going to just let you know, because you guys must have aware about all these companies and their BI products. You guys must have used their databases or different reporting analysis tools might be. So majorly there are few I have written down here, and few I might have missed out. So first company I have written about SAP Business Object. SAP, which is predominantly having the maximum market share in the market, in BI market especially, they have their own BI tools like SAP. They started with a tool called BIW, which is Business Intelligence Warehouse, and then they made it as in 2007 as SAP BI. They upgraded BIW to SAP BI, and now they bought SAP Business Object in 2009. Now it's a kind of they have their SAP BI with SAP BO. Then there is IBM Cognos, which is a pretty good tool in market. Then there is Jaspersoft, which is currently brought by Teradata, I think Tipico. And then there is Microsoft BI, what we are going to cover right now. Then there is MicroStrategy, there is Informatica, there is Oracle BI, Oracle Hyperion, there are open sources like Pentaho. Then there is visualization tool like ClickView, Tableau. There are so many kind of different tools. But we are going to concentrate more on Microsoft BI. And I'm going to show you why we are like, why MSBI and what is the future of MSBI, how it is going to, currently doing in the market, and if you do MSBI, how it is going to help in your career, in getting a job, or in getting, how it is going to solve your business issues. So why MSBI? Basically, like if you guys are like, going through the Gartner report, BI report in 2014, you might see Microsoft, it is always placed in a leaders quadrant. It's continuously for last 3 years, it's in the leaders quadrant. It is one of the tool which is by the powerful vendor Microsoft, for last continuous 3 years being in the leaders quadrant. So you can very much assure about this tool is a leader in his own area. So you can blindly depend on Microsoft and blindly depend on BI, because it is going to definitely help you to fetch a good career for you in long term. Then if you see the growth rate about MSBI, I'm talking about 2012-2013 market share. I'm just giving a small demo. This is I have taken from the Gartner's website, where the entire market grew, in average 6.8%. The Microsoft BI grew around 12.22%. It's kind of double to the entire industry average. So, in 2012-13, SAP grew only in 0.6%, or Oracle's growth rate was around 2%, but Microsoft's growth rate was around 12.2%, which is double than the industry average of 6.8%. And the same thing coming to the 2013 market, where SAP grew around 5.3%, Microsoft BI grew around 15.9%. It's amazingly done well. And where the industry grew around 7.9%. So MSBI's growth rate for last 3-4 years is amazingly nice. I mean, everybody is talking about MSBI nowadays because of the user friendliness, because of the its little cheap compared to other BI vendors, and because of the kind of the features it is adding up every year. It's making itself as a very key player in the market. So now I'm going to talk about Microsoft BI platform. What are the BI tools available from the Microsoft for our kind of ETL reporting and analysis needs? And I'm just going to brief you about them a little bit. SQL Server, if you guys know now SQL Server, it is a very predominantly database used by the Maxim company. And currently Microsoft launched SQL Server 2014, but what we are going to use for our demo purpose or for our class purpose is 2008 up to 2012. So Microsoft SQL Server, basically, Microsoft started the database services in SQL Server after buying Sybase, and their integration services. SQL Server has basically 4 different parts here. One is integration services, what we are talking about as ETL part, like SSIS, which is Microsoft's kind of ETL competition, giving a competition to Informatica and other ETL tools. Then Microsoft has its own reporting services known as SSRS. It is giving a competition to other reporting tools like BO, Cognos, and other market leader reporting tools. Then Microsoft has its own analysis services called the SSAS, Microsoft Analysis Services. Basically, it talks about cubes and 3-dimensional analysis. Basically giving a competition BIW kind of thing, which uses for cubes and other cubes. Then SQL Server has its own database, SQL Server database. Apart from that, there are what kind of world-leading Microsoft analysis and reporting tool is Excel. You must be aware about it. It's a pretty nice reporting analysis tool. Till everybody, every business user, they want to see, even they are using SAP BO or Cognos, but the manager always wants to see the report in the Excel. Until they don't see a report in the Excel, they are not satisfied. So it's one of the best BI tool of Microsoft from a long time is Microsoft Excel. Then they have come with a front-end tool called Performance Point. It's basically a front-end tool. Apart from that, Microsoft in 2013 with Excel, they have launched Power View and Power Pivot. Basically, Power View is a kind of competition to Tableau on the visualization side, which we're not going to cover in this because we don't have a kind of a license version of that. So we maybe have a little bit of knowledge on that, but we're not going to cover on the technical part of it. So this is the basically like MSBI. It is a full-fledged BI where you have your own ETL tool called integration services. You have your own reporting tool called reporting services. You have your own analysis tool called analysis services. And each tool of Microsoft is a kind of a one leader in their own terms. Integration services if you're talking about, it gives a pretty good competition to Informatica and DataStage or any other ETL tools. If you're talking about reporting services, it gives a very good competition to BO and Cognos and different other reporting tools. And we are talking about analysis services, it gives a pretty much inside view of three-dimensional view of the cubes where you can analyze data, you can do data mining and different things. Apart from that, you can use SQL Server database management as your own database. So this is a kind of variety of tools you are going to learn in MSBI. You can make your career in either in ETL side by using integration services, or you can make your career in a reporting services in the reporting side, or you can make your career in analysis side by using analysis services. The scope of learning and scope of growing in MSBI is far more compared to any other tools. Then apart from that, we are have a full-fledged database called SQL Server database. So we don't have to depend on if you are using SAP side, SAP BO or something, we are depending on some other databases. But here we have our own database which is very highly scalable and highly available database. So you need not worry about using some other databases for your reporting or ETL tools. So this is a full-fledged BI with DBMS. So I'm going to let you know a little bit about these services, what is integration services, what is reporting services, and why SSIS or why SSRS or why SSIS, all those things. My next slide. Coming to SQL Server database management, you guys must be knowing about SQL Server, DBMS. Pretty you guys might be knowing about its competitor like Oracle and other DBMS. But if you'll be amazed by knowing a fact that maximum corporate, or you can say around 60% of corporate use SQL Server as their database. Because a lot of people, they think Oracle is doing good, Oracle is better, but almost 60% of companies use the SQL Server as database. So basically, if we are talking about SQL Server database, it's maybe completely compared to the Oracle, it is little cheaper. And apart from that, all the database what we are going to do in Oracle by using Oracle, whatever we are going to perform in the database, the same thing we can perform in the SQL Server also. So it's basically a robust, scalable, and enterprise-ready data warehouse platform. A SQL Server from 2008 R2 onwards, it made it as a more like data warehouse. You can your own kind of scalability, you can your own kind of enterprise-ready data warehouse platform. Then Microsoft SQL Server 2005 has improved partitioning. 2008 also has improved partitioning much more. In 2012, we have partitioning for more than 15,000 different partitions, which is much more compared to the Oracle. So it's a kind of database which is used by the 60% of the companies. So there is no issue about learning any other databases. If you are using MSBI tool, you can be pretty well good in SQL Server and you can go ahead in the market. Then coming to the integration services, which is SQL Server integration services like SSIS. So this is for the people who really interested in the ETL part or who want to know what is ETL, why ETL matters, and why SSIS. Because ETL is basically, kind of, if you I'll just, kind of talk about abbreviations, it's like extract, transfer, and load. So basically here ETL means we extract data from different sources, we transfer by putting a business logic into it, then we load the data in a data warehouse. So that's what ETL does. So it's a kind of merge data from heterogeneous data sources. Heterogeneous means different kind of data sources. Few may be Excel files, few may be flat files, few may be give it your mainframes, few may be text files, or few may be RDB. How to extract data from different source systems. Your source can be anything. Your source can be a flat file or text file, it can be XML file, it can be a Excel sheet, or it can be a mainframe, or your source data can come from the SAP systems or CRM systems. So how to pull data from different sources and or transfer it and load it in a data warehouse. That part like ETL does, and that part SSIS has expertise to do it. Then refresh data in your data warehouse and data marts. I'll talk about data, warehouse and data marts little later. But it's how by using SSIS we are going to refresh data in our DW and in our data marts. That we are going to learn, and I'm going to tell you how SSIS is going to do that. Then the cleans data before loading to the remove errors. This is all about ETL work, about data cleaning, data quality, all those things. Why these things is needed, we'll discuss. And high speed load, I mean a lot of time what happens, you will have like millions of records. You wanted to transfer your source system to your kind of data warehouse system. So there you need speed, there you need your ETL to do the task in as soon as possible. You need somebody who can pull the records in kind of seconds, in minutes, not like running for the hours or days. So that's where where SSIS has expertise. Then send the status notifications on success and failure. This is all about kind of automatic our packages, automatic our ETLs, like how to do ETL automations and how your ETL is success and failure. This is a little technical term. Once we go through it properly, you can understand. Then build a BI into a data transformation process without need of redundant staging environment. It's all about how to create data warehouse even without creating a staging, or what is the staging. All those things I'll discuss with you guys later once we'll kind of start a class. And automate data administrative functions is all about how you are going to create your index, how you are going to drop your index, constraints, dropping constraints, your database partitioning, database backup, all those database functions, how we are going to automate them, how it is going to automate in your package level so that we don't have to do manually anything. So that SSIS will take care of loading part as well as data administrative part. That is the best part of SSIS. So this is the overview of SSIS. Your data sources can be anything, and how you are using the transformations, how we are loading to our data warehouse. Yes, I have shown the data sources can be XML, flatmail, or any databases. So it can be diverse, including customer scripted adapters. It can be anything. It can be a script also. How we are going to read a script and load data to our data warehouse. So transformations components shape and modify data in many ways. So transformations, it's all about how we are going to put our business logic, our business view to it before loading to our data warehouse. Those things we'll discuss in a pretty kind of descriptive manner once we kind of go through it properly. Then data is routed by rules or error recognitions, cleaning and confirming, as data cleansing. All those things will be taken care of by SSIS. And the flows can be as complex as your business rules, but highly concurrent. And finally, data can be loaded in parallel to many varied destinations. Basically, when we are talking about parallel, basically how you are going to load 2 to 3 different, data sources to data destinations in parallel, so that we don't have to wait until once completes another load. It's not a sequencer. We can run, few parallel processing here, so that data the loading will be much more faster. So why SSIS? What are the SSIS advantages over Informatica? Basically, guys, if you know about ETL, you might be knowing Informatica, or it's a kind of little bit more spoken ETL tool in market. So what is the SSIS advantages over Informatica? So I'm just going to give you few kind of description. Maybe you guys, if you don't know Informatica, it will be a little bit kind of boring for you people. But I'm just going through I'm going fast on it. Basically, Informatica has a lot of good things, but in SSIS has a lot of better things which is not there in Informatica. One is fuzzy lookup and fuzzy grouping. Those are the few technical terms. But I can tell you in a very a normal manner. SSIS here we can use lot of custom codes, lot of script by using C# or .NET, which we cannot do in Informatica. And the kind of learning purpose, SSIS is much more easier. It's a purely graphical tool because it's a Microsoft product, so it's purely GUI based tool. It will be much more easy to learn. Where Informatica is a lot difficult to learn because it is not that user friendly. And coming to the market right now, in dice.com in 11th July 2014, SSIS has more than 1952 job openings compared to Informatica has only 1654. So SSIS has much more opportunity in terms of job opportunity in the market also. So if you know SSIS, you are pretty sure you are not going to sit idle. You are not going to but like Informatica, you have to learn Unix, you have to learn other scripting language, but SSIS is not like that. Once you learn SSIS, you know how to load data, you know SQL Server data, database, then you can easily get a job. Then SQL Server reporting services is a kind of a market-leading reporting services. It gives a pretty nice competition to business object and prognose. Basically, by using SQL Server reporting services, we can create report for the end users, for the business users, and we can publish the report by using any of the web browser like Internet Explorer or Google Chrome or any browser. And second thing is, the best part of SSRS is you can publish the report in different format, either HTML format, Excel format, PDF, CSV, XML, whatever the format you wanted to show your report, you can do it. So that is the one of the kind of the best part of SSRS, which is not there in other reporting services. Then SQL Server analysis services. This is basically analysis services is a OLAP tool. It basically talks about the cubes. It talks about the three-dimensional views. So here you are going to do the data mining part. You are going inside the data. You are going to see the behavior of data, how they behave in the past, how they are going to behave in the future. So this talks about all data mining part in SSIS. And this is more like competition to other analysis tools like SAS, like SAS, like R, like SPS, SPSS, all those analysis tools which is really highly demanded in the market. So if you are really good in analysis services, you can expect a pretty high salary in the market. So now I'm going to just make this demo a little short. I'm going to let you know about the kind of course outline, whatever the kind of course we are going to cover here, and how we are going to cover. Basically, our classes format will be kind of 60% lecture and demonstrations, and 40% will be practical. Every day we'll have one kind of whatever we learn, we'll do it in a practical time. I'll give you a demo how to do it, and I'll expect you people to come next day and and come and ask me questions, and I really expect you people to practice it before coming for the next classes. And course date, as BISP has published, it will start from the 15th July 2014, and the course hours will be kind of around 35 hours, Monday to Saturday, daily 1 hour 15 minutes. 15 minutes is basically for your kind of, I want you people to do and ask me questions, whatever the difficulties by learning and doing that task. And 1 hour, what I am going to teach you the kind of the course. But the topics to be covered is basically we'll cover the SSIS and advanced SQL Server. I hope you guys must be knowing SQL Server before joining it. If you don't know, BISP has different classes to know those SQL and basic database things. You can go through them. So what we'll be covering is the advanced SQL Server with SSIS. SSIS from the start to bottom, like from the scratch to end, everything from basic to the advanced topic we'll be covering. And we'll give our maximum time to it because SSIS is kind of the heart of the MSBI. If you don't know SSIS, then MSBI is not, for you is nothing. So SSIS is very important tool from the MSBI side. So we'll be spending maximum time of our 60% time in SSIS and advanced SQL Server. Then after teaching you SSIS and advanced SQL Server, I'll teach you what is data warehousing concepts and how to load data warehousing, how to do dimensional modeling, what is surrogate key, what is the data warehouse, all those things. We'll talk about it for the 4 to 5 classes. Then we'll learn SSRS. Then we'll talk about SSIS. SSIS is a very easy tool if you know SQL. If you're good in writing queries, you have a good knowledge of SQL. So SSRS won't take much time. So SSAS is little bit difficult topic. For it, it's a three-dimensional analysis services. So for it, I will kind of teach you the little bit basics of MDX. MDX is like a multi-dimensional language, and then how to analyze cubes, how to do data mining, and this is like what we are going to spend our time for last future 35 hours. So our major concentration will be SSIS advanced SQL part. Then we'll be concentrating on data warehousing concept and dimensional modeling, data warehouse modeling, and loading data into TW part. Then we'll be covering SSRS and SSAS. So that's from my side, guys. So I will love to know from the if you guys have any questions, any doubts, you can or start asking me. I'll going ahead and covering them.